Ayanan ko na talatala, ajuang ala siya talatala, ko alawali ya talatala, you know see say we rata, dali boka dem say mana Batman, ya kafana become one night, inu pe wanala, say be tenantala, ko inu be wawata, inu be dewo be tenata, inu be wawata. Bewawa, oh no, say bewawa, inu bedewa bekenata, inu bedewa bewawa, bewawa. Yamina, darang, when I ain't good, them all let it down, go no and the eight. I'm grateful. I'm no go caught up piano ever. You be galante, Rabbi, the nama, for your rain up around the bewawa nama, we be me boy. In the baby love park, me the dog, and the one you fire. Tell me who you better done. Tell me who I'm better done. Ayanan ko na talatala, ajuang ala siya talatala, ko alawali ya talatala, ino si saya merana, dali boka di semana Batman, ya kafana become wanda, ino pewa wanala, sabi tenantala, ko ino wawata, ino bedewa betenata, ino wawata. Bewawa, oh no, say bewawa, inu bedewa bekenata, inu bedewa bewawata, bewawa,
Yo, assalamu alaikum. Tanala Emo, who is watching? Greetings. Good evening, everybody. Who is watching? Respect.
Records, baby. It's your feeling. Baby.
Alsamo, Hirejam, Tanala Emo, Boke Nangendef. It's long time, man. Rasta did not come here. Greetings, Rasta greetings to everybody. Hirejam, Tanala Emo, Mfoido Jam. Salminium, why they are down this last weekend? I did not appear for some days now. Rasta have been busy, When the sun is nice, we try to go out and enjoy ourselves when we are free. So that's why we are not coming on last weekend. But I promise this weekend I will be on. Tomorrow I will convince my brother Asan Jaite to come. Me and brother Asan Jaite, we were supposed to come here or have a program about our homecoming, festival that we want to organize in Basse URR, for all Basseirians and those who love Basse. Each and every one of us. December is the deal, big deal. You are all welcome, Yeah. Big up to A2 the Fulani. Come back at the one here, Daddy. Let's talk about this. What is pumping up in the Gambia? Rasta is not coming online, not talking, but I've been following things, the news, what is going on in the Gambia. Because, politically, the political awareness out back home is very unfortunate. It's too low. There is no changes. I full senzaki ko oni yade kong gila independence to date. So I have a reason to say that on my own observation. I'm not talking for you. Maybe we share the same views. But I jama fanni be uditani gite mabbe e fuddi ndarude yeso ara wona hande rek. There will be no meaningful changes. Sanzuma what important hebotako. Saimi ali dum because if you are following Gambian politics, or politics in this world, people are just gravitating on the issues, current issues like that they find them in. So, but most of the time, most of these things are influenced by others. Maybe let me say the political big heads in our society, like political parties in in Gambia, West Africa, or Africa in general. You know, politics. They mobilize money and they mobilize people to go and distract people from realities, what is happening. During the presidential elections, I came here. Also, I was making the same. I make Miarido. I talk about political awareness of the masses, people who hold power, like the voters, the electorate, people who will wake up on the day of election and go and cast their vote. You know, for those like you and me, you the person in the Gambia, or me in Belgium here, or you in America or Asia or anywhere you find yourself, and you are eligible to go and vote, you know, to be aware of realities and to avoid being distracted from what is happening by movements like from ambience, this major ambience. As the Gambia, it is so unfortunate that you see our president, using a constitutional mandate undemocratically. If we say something constitutionally, it is accepted. It is his mandate. It's constitutionally accepted. It is in the constitution in the Gambia that the president, once, I don't know, once every year, I don't know, 2 times or so, he have to go about to what they call meet the people store. To go and talk to the people, listen to them. That is constitutional. But when you use something constitutional undemocratically, it become it its constitutionality become questionable, in the fact that you know I, for one, I am not partisan in the Gambia. I'm not a political party supporter of anybody in the Gambia. I don't either support the president or do I disagree with him, as in politics. In politics, we differ even our thoughts. I don't know what, like the way I see he govern, is not my political term concept. I don't believe in those kind of politics, you know. And the way he governs since he come into office, still now, yes, there is this political gains that meaningful changes that he made in different sectors, but the most meaningful things is like to bring system change in the Gambia that doesn't happen, and I don't see it happening. And he is also part of those people who are still maintaining the system that we want to change. You know, this meet the people store that the president is going embarking on. The president have constitutional right to do it, because the constitution in the Gambian constitution, it is stated that the president can use to have to go to meet the people. He can use it, and then that means the state have to sponsor it. You people who pay tax in the Gambia, you have to pay for it. It will come from the coffers of the state for him to go. But for the president to use that mandate, that constitutional mandate, in a democratic, in a election period, where people will go out, you know, and find to convince people based on programs and agendas, and for the meaningful changes of their life. For the president to use that now, it will bring a lot of distraction to reality on the ground. This is why I said the president's constitutional right is being used undemocratically. Because if you can recall, the president promised to bring a free and fair democratic, a balanced, political platform, to create a balanced political platform, for everybody, people to be free to participate, to be voted and to be voted for. In that sense, if the president promised that this is not time of presidential election, it just passed. I think the president, his constitutional mandate that he had, he should have waited until the election pass, these local elections pass. Because believe you me, there are many people who voted in the presidential election. They don't know what they voted for. They were just carried along. They are influenced by masses, by people, by popularity, majority of people. But they don't know what the president have for them. They don't know what the PDOIS have for them. They don't know what the GDC have for them. They don't know even what the UDP have for them. They don't know even what Isa Maifal have for them. They don't know even what Brother Maifati or other people have for them. But these people were so, let's be honest here. You cannot bring a popular movement like a bigger ambience into a township, and you expect that township all to know what is going on. They will be distracted because you will be attracted to things that doesn't reflect your day-to-day life, and you might believe that everybody, because everybody love this person, he is or she is the right person, but believe you me, those people, popular people at most are not the right people for to follow, because some people just like to be on the spotlight, but they cannot bring in, they cannot do anything meaningful with that. If you see, I say this, many people will say, why are you saying this? If it is a constitutional right, the president have to do it. But we all know what the president is doing. The president is going out there like he did 2017 to rally behind to rally for those candidates of his political party, so that those people will win the election, the national assembly elections. In a sense, that doesn't even help him, the president. If, let's say, all candidates that stood for the NPP and his coalition partners, as they call them, the APRC, I don't know, and others who stood, if all those people win and the other people who are not in his favor did not get any vote, and did not go to the National Assembly, believe you me, brother, if you are close to the president, tell him that is the biggest disaster he will have. And for you also, for you who is championing that the National Assembly should be a total, no opposition, you are fooling yourself. Because you know what? If you don't have people who will scrutinize, the government, who will be watchdog to the government, who can be at the National Assembly and dare to say no to what is going on, and also come out and tell us what is going on, you are doomed. The nation is doomed. Because to say the president have to have yes, we all believe, even in Europe here or in the West, in developing worlds, where developing democracies, when governing political party don't have majority in National Assembly, when they don't have majority in most states in Europe here, is based on your seats in National Assembly, you form government. If you have majority in elections, like local elections, local elections, like parliamentary and so, if you have majority, the government, the president, or the king or the queen will invite you as the leader of that political party to come and form a government. It's not like if you are a president, in, like, let's say, like in America, those people, they vote for a president and then they vote for a Senate and Congress, and so, like it is in the Gambia, they vote for but people, like places like Belgium, where I live here, in Belgium, is based on national assemblies, where the party that carried the elections in the local elections, national local elections, those parties are invited to that party, the leader or the one who leads in the elections, he's invited to form a government. Likewise in UK and many other countries here, I know, like in the Netherlands, Belgium here, you know, things like that. So, in effect, to have, you see, most of those people, even when they don't have absolute majority in National Assembly, they go and form a coalition with other political parties that they believe they can work with, you know, and then they will form. They based on that, they can go and form a government, because if you don't have majority in parliament, or you have support of other political parties in parliament that can, that you have the same agendas, or people who can back your agendas, you know, then you cannot form a government, because your government will be doomed, because you cannot form, because if you don't have majority in the parliament. Yes, that is true. Because in that sense, you can form, bring policies, and those policies also will reflect the masses, because you will see uh, all these people. Like if you form a coalition government, the other political parties also will say, before we sit in the government, we want to see that this you accept this and this. These are my points, and if you accept those things, and they will be your government programs, then they will sit in. But if you have a party, a one party system, that who rules, the president is from the party, and the National Assembly is total from those people, you are doomed, because the opposition cannot scrutinize them. They cannot make anything. They cannot even be at National Assembly, to be talking to those people, to the party members of party MPs of the ruling party. They cannot be there to argue with those people on policies. So for the president to embark on this meet the people store at this time is so disturbing, and it is undemocratic, because he should allow these these candidates that his party choose, to go out there and convince the people, you know, to vote for them. I don't want the President Adam Barrow to go to Basse or to URR to convince people of URR to vote for a certain candidate. I don't want that. I don't think anybody from URR want that too. I think the president should sit back at home at the state house, carry his national duties, allow these people his party members and other people from other political parties to go out in the field and argue with the people, sell their agendas, their programs, and their objectives, so that the people will vote for them. For not the president to go to go and rally for those people at now. It is so disturbing, because it will distract people from realities. Because the president is so popular in the Gambia, as we know, it can lead people to vote blindly, based on like voting for somebody because of him. It is so disturbing that the president is doing that. Come halde do English konko dum. I andi ko gonga yo haale ndire andi bebe haala do inna ko gonga yo fota haale de sa yi president Adama Barrow mo fokiti meet the people store on meet the people store mo woni yaade constitutionally ko right mo jogi ko mandate mo foti dum wadude kono ayi wunde a wada detta woni constitutionality, it become undemocratic. Ming, to my own observation, I don't me wana moni hal wana goddo moni halande ko hore moni halande ko miija moni halude. So I mean ko miija moni halde, because I will speak my own mind, ko miija moni halde, ayi do goddo president on ettugol constitution Gambia on loi ko jonni mo ko foti wadude, because ko mandate ko fotu dum wadde, because the president is governed by the constitution give him power, and it tell him based on the constitution ko dum o wadata work on. So saimi inni president on ko woni what they use oath at this moment, constitutional mandate makon meet the people store. It is undemocratic. It's undemocratic in a sense, ne? Because in few weeks' time, Gambians all over the Gambia, people who are eligible to vote, jogibe voters card in their respective areas. They vote National Assembly members. National Assembly members be andantane ko kambe wadata represent Gambia on fo because high sitai ang sibe wadima vote siko base yuda. If you go to the National Assembly ko Gambia wonantato. Because okay, you will be speaking on behalf of Base and URR or something like that. Kono si luaji no mo ine ko luaji buri wadde important ko National Assembly on ko fi Gambia fo wonata fi section goto wonata fi like fi Serekunda or Banjul or Brikama or Base ko wonata is about the Gambia like constitution or windugol constitution on wadugol defend constitution on wadugol defend budget sitting wadugol defend other laws or international bilateral relationships or other things like many other things they are andanta minyamaing andadum. So atawai dum ko national agenda wonata regional agenda. Sai komini wonde wane president on mo wadde use constitution on ko jonni mo right ko mo wadude dum use on democratically. Yes. Sandari o aduna kala ko yarda ko der aduna wano Belgium do mi detta example Belgium do I don't want to speak mi wa faltake haalde ko yalti ko mi andi ayi menen Belgium do ko si wano National Assembly wano di parliamentary election ni party what o lead ko election on ko on king on wadata invite king on wadata mo invite inna mo joni da jogi mi jonni ma dole pour wada form based on by ko an bu hebi majority ko elections wadu form government. England kadi ko no England kambe kadi ko sibe wadi election mabbe on parliamentary election mabbe on waddo party waddo lead on hore nden queen on wadata invite inna mo wadu form government. Most of the time being one of Belgium do most of the time being political parties sitting atawa be jogaki absolute majority in their parliament on pour be what they pass budget jimabe or program jimabe what they pass easily in parliament because parliament on what approve many of these things. So atawa be ya be other coalition other political parties be andantane high scenario no sa ben ko opposite mabe kono kambe be jodoto be wada form menen do the longest time men woni do men hebani sitting government like a government it was like almost 15 months buri hitande political after election amen do Belgium do political party jini ni be yewta pour be wawa de form a government o government moment jogi do joni because they won go to tun wada hebani majority ko National Assembly. So these political parties be are be ara in min sa simi wawa kon jabatalan wadu de ma support madu natu de government on atawai ko o programme amen do menen ko men darani dum do ko wadata ha men wawa wadde jabude wondude modon block wono ko nanata do ko be inata Gambia coalition partners hakunde NPP APRC and something like that atawai ko be jodoto be yota more than 15 months 15 something like that hitande meden do men ngala government ko caretaker do government no jogino ha be jodi kambe fo be wadi agree on okay be wadi dum fo be way wadde form government atawai on government ko interest sandari atawai ko interest majority of people of Belgium wawata reflect. So okay ko one thing ne president pro heba majority in the government in the National Assembly is good kono hebugol absolute majority harayo wadugol National Assembly on fo haray opposition no hebani ton way dole atawai will be ni ko it will be dangerous because in a sense no wa wonde ko moji in another sense why wonde ko boni because enen fo yi do time Yaya Jammeh to no UDP na be wadi boycott or election on You know, it gives Yaya Jammeh absolute majority in the National Assembly. Ko fala warata what change constitution on anymore, it becomes like his diary, you know. What introduce law, you know, falira, what approve PG the ananta high in Gambian be on that film. Secondly, sai president on is a popular, is very popular in the Gambia. More popular. Imo darji fendo ni Gambia. Gambia na be himbe hobe no wati hakile mako. Afami. So ko government pour president on odetta o yalta all time ko annantane bibbe leydi yimbe no suba all over the Gambia pour be wawo wadde be wada contest into parliamentary elections, you know. Himbe ben subi be tunduji mabbe fo pour himbe ben wadana be vote pour kanko yalta o yawo all time o wada rally pour be wawe wadede vote. Atawa people himbe ben wada vote blindly, you know. Be wadata vote based on, you know, hola gol madum ko labani be ko dum hulbini don ko o wadugol use common nude do mo wadi use constitutional right mako on democratically, you know. Ko right mako puro yalta o ya ko luwa jonni mo kono on luwa ko jonni mo foto andude kadi ko si woni ko luwa jonni mo tun ko luwa kadi dépensata mo ko leydi ni dépensata on lawol mako. So what I hulbini puro to have something like that. So this is why atawai so yehi dum wawai majjinde himbe ben ko fewndi kon ton wano himbe ben pour atawai because the president on ari do inni, let's say president on ara base o inna kanko because hombo wada choose base NPP bro seku ba o ara inna kanko seku woni candidate makon, so himbe base ben foto mo votande president on wadi popular, you know. So no I wonde ko kanko himbe be mijota ko fi makko sa be landota ko be dabitata fi bro seku be anda fi makko, you know. Kanko kadi o sattinta buyi o yalta ton o wada dumani, you know. O wada bimbe ben vota na mo based on wona fi haray ko kanko be vota na mo fi president Adama Barrow because Adama Barrow no jogi bayre leg. So ye kadi wulli kadi ko non wadi ko non kadi, so ye kantora ko non wer, so ye sandu ko non jimara, you know, tumanna. So ding ayay people on himbe ben wada vote based on the president, not like the agendas that himbe ben ko ben wada be select on ben from all these political parties and other people who are standing daribe independent. Himbe ben wada vote based on that. People will be voting based on, you know, menen ko president Adam Barrow me wada no vote. I'm not partisan. I'm not here endorsing anybody. I'm not here supporting any one of those people. Because first of all, I am not living in the Gambia. So the vote high goto. Rally. I'm not going to rally for nobody. I'm not going to support anybody, you know, say to vote for anybody. But if I say simi to me highlight, you know, because kodun woni ton kodun nafata leydi ni sikki president on fonno jodade ha na local election only assembly election on yawta min andi ko interest makko pour o heba majority ko parliament ko interest makko non kanko e government makko kono kanko wino do he will create a level playing field, political playing field for everybody. That is from him. Ko kanko winum President Adama Barrow ko kanko winum. We know what I create a level playing field for in the Gambia that people will be free to participate in election, you know, to vote and to be voted for. But for him to use his constitutional mandate, you know, like this, it is undemocratic because on level playing field money halde a lot on anymore because UDP they don't have that money. GDC they don't have that money. Like him, they don't have the incumbency. Kanko ko joni nebani ko what you win election, you know. So all other people also, other political parties want better on Daribe, including independent candidates, at ala on luxury. On money, on level playing film what he promising bebeng or animal maintain. It is not there. So this is where it is scary because people will be just voting based on they will be blinded. They just go out there and vote whatever they you know they don't question anything. So what do we joking or come hala? And the other thing is, I last time though, I since I wrote about Mamadou Sabali the last time, people of the UDP party, they come after me, challenging me, calling me all sort of names, saying that I hate the UDP, and so I don't care about the UDP or NPP or some people or any other political party in the Gambia. Me, I'm not a political supporter of any party in the Gambia. I don't have no interest to hate any political party in the Gambia. But when we have to speak the truth, we have to speak the truth for the benefit of the fact. You cannot just choose. You cannot be a selective justice for you know we if you have to condemn something, you have to condemn everything in total. I mean, that's why presently I cannot be sympathized with people of Syria, how to call it, Ukraine, even though I have sympathy for them, but I cannot manifest because before them there are a lot of people suffering, who doesn't get the same attention that the Ukraine is having now. And people bastardize that. They just made this issue about Ukraine so racial, so discriminatory that you tend to think about, if I fell into the same victim, if I become a victim like Ukraine, will I have the same attention that the people of Ukraine had? Can you imagine in Belgium, where I am living here? In Belgium, in sorry, our other region, the French side, the flood victims here, those people are still struggling to come back to their food. And our government, the government of Belgium, are pumping money, sending armory, people, even in the media houses here. They are making how to call it? They're making fundraisings for Ukraine, for the victims of Ukraine. I even hear the other day people saying, if you take a Ukrainian refugee into your house, the government will give you 1,000 euros for you to host a refugee in your house. And the government is adding more money into the social sector here so that so that they can help the refugees in Ukraine. And you imagine by then, when Europe went to bomb Syria and Libya, they even had a problem with Turkey about that Europeans saying that those people, Turkey is sending refugees into Europe, and the NATO is part of those people who went to bomb those people, and Ukraine is not part of EU, NATO. Russia also is not. But you see, and you hear the media saying, this is why I reference that, because in my problem with some of my friends who are on my Facebook page, my Facebook friends list, who are supporting the UDP political party. Here is my problem with you. Me, I am not supporting any political party in the Gambia. I give a damn about any political party in the Gambia. I am not going to vote in the Gambia for the next 20 years. I will not vote in the Gambia. But you cannot select, you don't want people to sympathize with you when you are a victim. When you are the victim, then people have to most sympathize with you. But when other people are victim of yours, then people should keep quiet. No, some people like us, we cannot do that. I will not do that. And I will speak my mind when it comes. Mamadou Sabali, we all know Mamadou Sabali have been in the radar for so long. People have been saying this. Mamadou Sabali is banned from holding public office. Even if Muhammad Sabali have his constitutional right to go and challenge those things, but if those things are still not cleared from the constitution, from the court, you know, he did not clear himself. Everybody know that Muhammad Sabali is now declared fit to hold public office, you know, to in the Gambia. For the people of for Muhammad Sabali itself and all those people in the UDP to think that Muhammad Sabali can stand for for office is even disturbing. And when Muhammad Sabali, we all know what will happen. When Muhammad Sabali get rejected, it become a big deal. These people went out there having problem with the police. I am not here condemning, I am not here condoning or applauding what police did to the civilians in the Gambia. But even in Belgium, where I live here, if you organize on a rally, a protest, or if you are manifesting and it became violence, the police is there to maintain for peace. And it is based on how the manifestations or the violence or your manifestation or riot went goes, whether it will be peaceful or it will be violent. If it is violent, it's both sides, the police and the unarmed people will be victims, because they are both civilian, let's say civil, they are all people. These people are paid to maintain peace, and these people are there wanting to create problem. So if they collide, is the problem is to blame. We have to blame those who organize it. And brother Maifati here, he is the party leader of TMC. Brother Dr. Ismail Assise is the party leader of the Citizen Alliance. These two brothers were denied their constitutional right to be voted for during the presidential election. But nobody hear about violence. These people, they took the matters to the Supreme Court. Imagine if brother Maifati or Dr. Ismail Assise was to rally his supporters, to go and protest about them being disqualified to run for office. Muhammad Sabali is talking about Busumbala. Imagine the whole Gambia people who support Maifati or Ismail Assise. Those will be thousands, but those things went peacefully. So when I compare these two, I am not saying Muhammad Sabali is not a target. For me, I disagree with Muhammad Sabali in many, many terms, but I respect the brother. I respect the brother, but I disagree with him in his reaction, in the way he approached things. It's not like I don't have respect for him. I do have respect for Muhammad Sabali, but I disagree with I don't condone with his character. But I have much respect with him. Respect of his smart, like his how he where he to how to call it, where he bring himself, the way he develop himself. But he's a victim of his own. I disagree with him in a lot of things, but I have respect for him. But for people, when people compare things, you come out here calling them names. Even some of them, they come out and insult you. Me, I don't be on. I will never insult anybody on social media. You can disagree with me till tomorrow. We will all. If you even want to insult me, I will just write what I want to say. Case closed. But for people, the case of Muhammad Sabali is not different from the case of brother Ismail Assise or brother Ahmed Fati. But these people all are bad by law. The law say this, people will say don't interpret the law. We are not lawyers, but when the law, when they say, they tell me section some pala pala of the constitution say this, I am, and if it is there, I am not there to interpret it. I'm not. I'm just there to read and understand whether it reflects him. It reflects what they said about him, and what the constitution where these people, where the IEC based these things. It is there. It is in the constitution. The constitution that gave him right to be vote and to be voted for is the same constitution that banned him from being able to run for office. So you cannot say here, okay, because this person they accept this part. No, we are not talking about people. No, I am not here to look in general terms. If the constitution reflects you, I am not the one there to interpret it like you don't want me to interpret it. I'm not there to defend it like you don't want me to defend it. I am just there to understand why these people, to see a source, why these people say you cannot be a candidate. Why are they against you being standing for office? But the fact that it is under the UDP and people talk about it, youth call us, like my friend Lamin Cham, Paco, who is in Congo, he said, me, my hatred for UDP is, why should I hate the UDP? I have not been living in the Gambia since 2006. So why will I hate the UDP? And I'm not going to live in the Gambia in the next 5 years, 10 years. Even if UDP come to power, it will not affect me. You have give a damn about it. I don't care who become the president of the Gambia tomorrow. As long as he's constitutional and he's democratic and he's not violating the right of the people, I don't give a damn about it. My tax are not paid in the Gambia. My salary is not coming out of the Gambia. I don't live in the Gambia. So I'm not partisan. So, but for you to come out here and tell me I hate a political party or a certain person because of political views, you are crazy. But you cannot, people have to speak their mind, and you cannot condemn people when you want and applaud them when you don't, when you want. You have to be just. I will try and have Hassan Jaite tomorrow here. I hope he's free. But Monday, I have the independent candidate for Basse, Dauda Nenegale Jalo. I will have him here on the open conversation Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Gambia time. So I will talk to him because I have been I have been wanting to talk to Dauda since I start these live streams over 3 years ago, 2 3 years ago. I want to talk to Dauda for so long. So I'm good that now he threw himself into the political field. I want to talk to him, and I've been following him for so long. I want to bring him here. That diamond or Milando Mokunu ni Hame Makukunu the Fala on the National Assembly member. I have a lot to talk to that you. I hope on Monday at that time Mara you come and listen to what I have to talk to this brother. This is what I wanted to say now. I hope tomorrow I will come back here in the evening to talk to you people too with Asan Jaite. But I will talk to him. We will be talking about our homecoming festival, inshallah. And while I jump.